Welcome back to another big week in crypto, the market that never sleeps. This week's top stories include OpenSea capitalizing on NFT mania as sales volumes soar above $3 billion, rivaling even the biggest e-commerce giants. Solana rockets up to new all-time highs as competition with Ethereum heats up. And luckily, Arbitrum, another layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, goes live and clocks up millions of dollars of TVL at launch. As always, lots of great stuff to cover. So in this video, we'll be looking at the price action for the week. I'll share my 3 favorite charts of the week. And then we'll finish with the biggest news stories of the week. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then don't be shy, drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, so the crypto market had a very strong week this week, growing over 12%. So let's begin with the price action for the week. Ready? Let's do this. Starting with the chart from last week. And for anyone who's new, what are we looking at? So in blue, this is the Bitcoin price from the start of 2021. I use this as a proxy for the entire crypto market. As if Bitcoin rallies, the crypto market rallies. When Bitcoin crashes, the whole crypto market crashes. In red, we have the 200-day moving average, as this is one of the key indicators used by many of the top traders, also known as the 200-day SMA. And then in green, we have the 50-day SMA. So this highlights the big crash that we all went through, this downward trend after this death cross incident. But in the last couple of weeks, the trend seems to have been reversing, and this is where we finished last week. And we now have another week of data. So as you can see, the crypto market had a great week, up over 12% for the week, and Bitcoin smashed through the $50,000 mark yet again. And the main thing I am looking at is this 50-day SMA moving back above the 200-day SMA. And this would give us another cross, but this time a golden cross, which is the opposite to the death cross and will signal another huge bullish trend. So all in all, it's very positive, it's very bullish, and it looks like the crash that we all experienced could finally be over. And at these levels, market psychology, the FOMO is going to intensify as people are going to want to get back in before it gets back to its all-time highs. So a very strong week for the crypto market, growing over 12% in just 1 week. And if it carries on at this rate, then we could see the golden cross pattern as soon as next week's video, which just means yet another bullish signal, bringing even more confidence back into the market. And when we take a look at the crypto fear and greed index, there's been a distinct change in investor sentiment since the beginning of August, as people see the crash is now over and the FOMO begins to intensify. Okay, next up we have my 3 charts of the week. Check it out. Starting with chart number 1, the Bitcoin stock to flow model, and this is one of my favorite charts, as it's done a great job of mapping where the crypto market is going to go since inception. And one of the big things that it's pointing out is that stock to flow is indicating that by the end of this year, Bitcoin could be getting to $100,000 per coin. This would also mean that altcoins are going to see even bigger gains. But what I really like about this version of stock to flow is 2 things. Number 1 is that it's extended 10 to 20 years, and this shows how Bitcoin could be going to $100 million per coin, which is crazy. But the second big point is that this chart was put together by Fidelity. And they use this chart in a recent presentation to institutional investors. Number 2, and this shows what is going on in DeFi. So the colors, we have large institutional investors, institutional, professional, large retail, and small retail. and this is showing the last 4 quarters. So what is going on in DeFi? Well, for me, it clearly shows 2 things. Going back 4 quarters, we had a lot of professional investors, but quarter on quarter, this has been shrinking down. And on the flip side, 4 quarters ago, there was a small amount of large institutional sharks. But just look at what has happened over the quarters. Huge increases as large institutional investors are now dominating the volume going through DeFi. And this is where it stands today. So this indicates that DeFi is being run by large institutional money. And number 3, oh, the website has crashed. This is the error message that you get when too much traffic comes to your website. And who is this? Well, it's OpenSea, as this is what happened with OpenSea last month. OpenSea is the largest NFT marketplace, and we all experienced NFT mania. And this chart has made it to the charts of the week 3 weeks running, because 3 weeks ago it had cracked $1 billion, which pretty much dwarfed anything it had previously done. The week after, I included it because it got to $2 billion, and then just look at where it finished for August. It cracked $3 billion in volume. So NFTs are exploding. So one of my favorite charts, Stock to Flow, is predicting a Bitcoin price of around $100,000 by the end of the year. But what made that Stock to Flow chart so great was that it was put together and used by Fidelity in a recent presentation to institutional investors. When it comes to DeFi, it seems the entire space is dominated by large institutional investors, and it seems that there's very little small retailer money in there. And OpenSea capitalizes on the NFT mania in August, as pixelated JPEGs and pictures of rocks sell for millions of dollars. Okay, and to finish up, here are your top news stories for the week. First up, we have a bit of a trend with CBDCs, and these are central bank digital currencies, as India is to launch trials by the end of this year. In the same week, Nigeria's central bank makes a partnership to launch their own CBDC by this year. And Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and South Africa all join forces for their CBDC. So what is this? It's an initiative dubbed Project Dunbar, and it's going to enable transfers between institutions using digital currencies. And this is in addition to supporting the G20's roadmap for improving cross-border payments. And they have said these multi-CBDC platforms will allow financial institutions to transact directly with each other in digital currencies by participating central banks, eliminating the need for intermediaries and cutting the time and cost of transactions. Yes, hello, welcome to cryptocurrency, but it looks like they are finally catching on. Facebook. The Facebook Novi digital wallet is ready to come to market, as most states in the US have approved the product. As Facebook said on Wednesday that the global payment system is seriously flawed and that this social media giant can fix it. And they said, "We feel it's unreasonable to delay delivering the benefits of cheaper, interoperable, more accessible digital payments." So the Facebook crypto wallet could be launching very soon. Jack Dorsey plans to launch a decentralized exchange just for Bitcoin. And on Friday afternoon, Square's general manager, they had a meeting and said, this is a problem we're going to solve. Make it easy to fund a non-custodial wallet anywhere in the world through a platform to build on and off ramps into Bitcoin. You can think of this as a decentralized exchange for fiat. Clearly, Jack Dorsey is a huge fan of Bitcoin. And another scaling solution for Ethereum goes live. Off-Chain Labs launches Arbitrum 1, and more than 400 teams are already building on Arbitrum 1. And this is what happened at launch. You can see tens of millions of dollars has flowed into this new scaling solution. And for me, this was the top story of the week. Check this out. Vast Bank becomes the first US bank to offer crypto services. So we now have the first bank in the US, which is FDIC insured, which is going to offer the ability to buy, sell, and custody cryptos directly from your checking account. So this is huge news. And at launch, the bank offers 8 cryptocurrencies. They are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Filecoin, Litecoin, Orchid, Algorand, and Bitcoin Cash. So this really is the news of the week, and I cannot wait for more banks to begin offering crypto, as this is one thing that could send crypto prices to the moon. And let's all welcome Reese Witherspoon to the Ethereum Club. Just bought my first ETH. Let's do this, crypto Twitter. And to finish, Solana skyrockets to new all-time highs as competition with Ethereum heats up. And be sure to stay tuned to my video on Monday, guys, as I will be doing a Solana price prediction. Just how high can Solana go? So here is your summary for the week. NFT mania continued as the largest NFT marketplace, OpenSea, crushed $3 billion in sales volume. Fidelity gave a presentation to institutional investors, which included a chart where Bitcoin went to $100 million per Bitcoin. Wow. And I thought I was bullish. It appears the vast majority of DeFi volume is not the smaller investor, but a large pool of institutional sharks, so investors beware. Central banks around the world are seriously stepping up their CBDC game. We had India, Nigeria, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and South Africa all potentially beginning their trials as early as this year. And another scaling solution for Ethereum just went live, Arbitrum, and just in time as Solana is rocketing up the leaderboard. And be sure to check in on Monday as I will look at Solana's price prediction and we'll see just how high Solana can go. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Never a dull week in crypto. Just to say then, if you enjoyed anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then click below and join us. I've got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.